Developing Higher Human Capabilities, a conversation on expanding education and school reform. Hello, I would like to begin a conversation about why education must evolve beyond traditional intellectual development and focus on nurturing the full spectrum of human potential. It should be obvious that knowledge alone is no longer a distinguishing factor in a world where artificial intelligence can process data faster than humans. But doesn't it follow that if schools continue prioritizing rote memorization over self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and ethical reasoning, students will lack the higher human capabilities needed to navigate an increasingly complex and automated world? Education must integrate emotional intelligence into learning to foster self-awareness and empathy. A student who excels in academics but lacks the ability to understand and regulate emotions may struggle in leadership, collaboration, and personal fulfillment. For example, a high-achieving INTJ, architect, may have strategic brilliance but struggle with interpersonal relationships if they are not taught how to develop emotional self-awareness and social intelligence. If education only measures intelligence by test scores, students risk becoming detached, rigid thinkers, rather than compassionate, adaptable problem solvers. Schools must incorporate self-awareness exercises, emotional literacy programs, and mindfulness practices to ensure that students develop both cognitive and emotional depth. Recognizing innate talents and natural cognitive preferences is key to helping students unlock their full potential. Some students are logical problem solvers, others are creative visionaries, intuitive decision makers, or socially driven leaders. A school that does not assess and guide students based on their MBTI personality type or innate strengths risks forcing students into rigid learning models that suppress their natural capabilities. Imagine an ENFP, campaigner, naturally energetic and socially driven, being restricted to rote memorization rather than collaborative, exploratory learning. They would disengage, losing their motivation and confidence. Education must embrace personalized learning pathways, allowing students to discover and refine their unique abilities rather than conforming to standardized academic expectations. Cognitive adaptability and subconscious pattern recognition must be cultivated to help students process complex information efficiently. In an era of rapid technological change, the ability to identify hidden connections, anticipate trends, and make informed decisions in uncertain environments is more valuable than static knowledge. A student trained in NLP-based learning methods can recognize subconscious cognitive patterns, improve their focus, and develop stronger critical thinking skills. If education fails to integrate adaptive learning techniques, students will struggle to keep pace with an AI-driven world that requires flexible, real-time decision-making. Schools should implement cognitive training, problem-solving simulations, and interdisciplinary thinking models to develop students into intuitive, forward-thinking individuals rather than just information processors. Ethical intelligence and moral reasoning must become a foundational part of education. Students who excel intellectually but lack ethical awareness risk making technically efficient but morally questionable decisions. An education system that teaches only technical proficiency without ethical grounding will produce leaders who lack social responsibility and empathy. For example, a student with strong analytical skills but weak ethical awareness may develop AI systems without considering their societal consequences. Schools must integrate philosophical inquiry, real-world ethical dilemmas, and discussions on human responsibility, ensuring that students are not just intelligent, but wise and morally conscious. The future of school reform depends on redefining intelligence as a combination of emotional depth, social awareness, cognitive adaptability, and ethical reasoning. It is time now to move beyond an education system that prioritizes knowledge retention and instead develops students into higher functioning human beings. If schools continue measuring success by outdated academic standards, students will be outpaced by artificial intelligence in analytical tasks while lacking the uniquely human skills that define great leaders, creators, and visionaries. The challenge isn't whether we need this transformation. It's whether we are ready to reshape education, to develop students into individuals who can think, feel, adapt, and lead with purpose in an ever-changing world.